Welcome everyone. It's time to go wild. It's the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We are also live across the world on hcr923fm.com/listen via TuneIn and via smart speakers. If you want to contact the show, please do so. Facebook or twitter.com/TTGW radio. If you want to drop us an email, do so radio@widneswild.co.uk. Drop us a call 01928 835 291 or text 60066. Start your message with HCR. Messages charged at your standard network rate. That time of the week, it's time to go wild. A very warm welcome, everybody. The weather might be a little bit odd, but we're bringing you a little bit of nice, well, sunshine, you could say, here on the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. And with me, though he's been a bit under the weather, he's soldiered through as a good man he is. Andy Shuck, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Colin, and welcome all to the show.
Yes.
As I say, I've not been too well over the weekend. I had to cancel doing a clock for the Wild Women, which is probably a good thing. And I've just been out of it, really. I haven't even watched it on Twitter, sorry, none of the match.
But you're here to show your moral support, and
yes,
we can talk and review things as the season
total gibberish, sort of renovate the place, that's what I'll do.
Keep me under control. Yeah. But yeah, busy weekend at Planet Ice Widnes, busy weekend for the YKK Widnes Wild on the road. So, excuse me, without further ado, let's get on with the scores and then we can start reviewing things. Time for your weekly roundup of the results from the leagues we follow each week. Starting on Wednesday with Elite League Challenge Cup action. Nottingham Panthers 5, Guildford Flames 1, Sheffield Steelers 5, Manchester Storm 2, Belfast Giants 0, Cardiff Devils 1, Glasgow Clan 4, Dundee Stars 1. League action on Friday, Dundee Stars 2, Belfast Giants 4. On Saturday, Sheffield Steelers 6, Fife Flyers 2, Manchester Storm 3, Coventry Blaze 4, Glasgow Clan 1, Guildford Flames 3, Cardiff Devils 2, Nottingham Panthers 3 after overtime. On Sunday, Nottingham Panthers 2, Manchester Storm 3, Belfast Giants 6, Glasgow Clan 1, Coventry Blaze 2, Dundee Stars 5, Fife Flyers 6, Guildford Flames 3. EIHA Under-18s North 2 action from Saturday. Deeside 4, Solihull 10, Widnes 4, Manchester 7, Sutton 1, Nottingham 4. EIHA Under-15s North 3 action from Saturday. Solihull 9, Widnes 14. EIHA Under-11s North 3 action from Saturday. Manchester 8, Bradford 0, Widnes 0, Billingham 8. NIHL National League action from Saturday. Raiders 6, Hull Pirates 3, Swindon Wildcats 6, Peterborough Phantoms 4, Basingstoke Bison 2, Leeds Chiefs 4, Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Sheffield Steel Dogs 2, Telford Tigers 5, Bracknell Bees 4. On Sunday, Sheffield Steel Dogs 3, Milton Keynes Lightning 4, Leeds Chiefs 3, Basingstoke Bison 2 after overtime, Hull Pirates 6, Bracknell Bees 2, Peterborough Phantoms 6, Raiders 4, Telford Tigers 8, Swindon Wildcats 6. NIHL Division 1 North Morley action from Saturday. Sutton Sting 6, Nottingham Lions 1, Solway Sharks 12, Blackburn Hawks D1 2, Nottingham Lions 2, Billingham Stars 7. NIHL Division 2 North Laidler action from Saturday. Blackburn Hawks D2 0, Dragons 11, Sheffield Senators 5, Altrincham Aces 4 after overtime. On Sunday, Altrincham Aces 11, Blackburn Hawks D2 0, Dragons 1, Hull Jets 9. NIHL Midland Cup action from Sunday. Blackburn Hawks D1 2, Sutton Sting 5, Solihull Barons 13, Widnes Wild 2. And finally, EIHA Women's Division 1 North action from Sunday. Widnes Wild Women 9, Solway Sharks 5. And that's the roundup of the results for another week. Join us again on Time to Go Wild Radio for more. And after the Widnes Wild women game against the Solway Sharks ladies, I managed to catch up with somebody for an interview. I've caught up with a very tired and worn out Katie Fairclough after a very, very busy weekend. Starting off on Saturday night with our under-18s. Katie, tough game last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was close. I mean, it could have gone either way, but we improved the score and we battled through it. Cutting the lines, we managed 4-7, and that was like a massive improvement on the last game. So everyone battled hard. You can't ask any more of them, really.
Yeah, I mean, a much bigger experienced team in Manchester last night in the 18s, and Wild dug deep, kept going, kept digging, and put a few nice goals in.
Yeah, definitely bigger than team. They're all quite tall. We've got quite a few small players, but everyone was just trying so hard, and we got some really good goals from different players, like points across the score sheet. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, and and also a lot of hard work across the board from everybody.
Yeah, it was hard, like double shifting occasionally for people, but everyone just dug deep, left it all on the ice.
And then tonight, slightly different pace of game, different kind of game, because you've gone from under-18s where it's full contact and checking to playing women's hockey, which is non-checking. Much change to your style of play?
A little bit. You have to be really careful. Like, you don't try and throw a hit here and there, because it comes natural sometimes at 18. Like, oh yeah, I'll line them up on the boards. You do have to be quite careful at women's, but it's nice to have that little bit extra time on the puck. It means you can do a bit more with it.
It's a slightly slower paced game as well tonight.
Yeah, it was quite slow, especially the first period. We stepped it up in the second and third, made them work for it. But yeah, definitely a little bit slower.
Yeah, a bit slow out the box. Solway took the lead, equalised, took the lead again, and then the start of the second period, it started to, you could see it coming together. Yeah,
I mean, we just let them think they were going to win. It's never going to happen. No, we saw they were losing. We were losing, and just pushed through it and showed them that we're going to be something to compete against this season.
I mean, it was nice seeing, of course, some of the usual suspects on the game sheet. Also, leans back after a season break, back on the score sheet, and then right at the end, yourself on the score sheet. How did that feel?
Amazing. First time I've hit the net all season. No, it was good. It was nice having points across everywhere. Nice to see Lean put a few in after being off for a bit. Nice to see she fell straight back into it. No issues.
And it was a nice finish from yourself, a bit of a fancy spin and then finish off at the end. I thought, and the celebration to go with it.
Yeah, fancy's the way forward. Yeah, only way to score goals.
I mean, it is a long season in the women's and also for the junior system for you as well, and with the games are quite spread out, so it must be quite tough sort of transitioning from playing 18s one week or one day to playing women's the next.
Yeah, you've got to really think about it, because the way people play, the way people like defend the breakout's different. You've got different players you're playing with and against, but you just have to just take a minute in the first, get used to it, and then play.
So I'm just trying to think, who is it you've got next for the women's fixtures?
Sheffield away next weekend, so we beat them at home, so we're going to bring it to them away on the nice ice at Sheffield.
So it's a slightly bigger pad as well, I think, isn't it?
Slightly wider, yes, a little bit longer, but nothing we can't cope with. A lot of the girls do CrossFit and just other stuff outside of the gym, and we proved last time we were fitter and just stronger than Sheffield, so we'll take it to them.
And of course, with the 18s, I'll have a few comments about the other week, because of course you were in D-side. We spoke to Sam last week. How did that feel, that win in D-side?
Amazing. Everyone's worked for it so hard, and it was just nice to see it pay off. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that you've finally got that, the albatross from around your neck or the monkey off your back. You got that first win. I bet confidence was really high, and belief is starting to go through the team now. Yeah,
and I think that meant it definitely carried over to this week in Manchester. We had our heads up because we'd won. We were doing really well.
Well, I'll let you get rested after a hard week, and catch you again soon.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. Nice to hear from Katie after both games, and I mean, the fact that you've got people like Katie who play two different codes, it's very different to watch and different speeds of games. I mean, you've been been along to both junior fixtures, women's fixtures, senior fixtures, rec fixtures, and you've seen all the different paces.
Oh, it is. It must be hard to adapt for her. It's like I can't think of the name now. Plays for Blackburn, Culshaw.
Oh, Abby, she's not Bradford.
Abby's at Bradford now, yeah. Playing the man's game and then playing a women's game where it's not as physical, you must get a bit confused.
I mean, for D men, it's tricky because you've got to skate at the way the pace of the game runs, sort of at the senior level, and if you're playing, say, some of the rec teams, it can be quite fast.
Yeah.
And depending upon the level, let's say the junior level you might be playing, or within as a women's game, playing depending on which women's level you're at, the pace of the game can be slower or faster depending upon what you're doing. And for a forward, I don't know how you'd think about it as a forward, but for me as a defence person, your tracking's different.
Well, I saw that with the Wild Women way back when they first started. Because what's her name? Sarah Hutchinson used to play for the Wild Women in Altrincham, and sometimes you see her going for the hit and then suddenly realise she was in the women's team and not the Altrincham Aces.
Yeah.
So she'd have to pull out of the hits, and it must be very confusing for them.
You sort as Katie was saying, it's a different style. You've got to completely rebalance how you play. And as you're saying there, you're going to go in for a hit, so you probably have to sort of change your angle to hit the boards rather than hit the player.
Yeah.
And you have to skate it out more at
and it seems to be
non-checking.
I'm not knocking the men's game in a way, but there seems to be a lot more skill involved in the women's. The passing's got to be more accurate than that, because you're not sort of knocking players off the puck all the time. You're trying to take the puck off them.
Yeah. I've noticed that, and It is very difficult to, as you say, to keep adapting your style week on week. And of course, sometimes as we know, some of the players play different codes. So you've got someone like Katie Fairclough playing under 18s and Women's Division 1. Then you've got, as you said, someone like Sarah Hutchinson who was playing Altrincham Aces in Laidler or Morley level, but then playing, say, Women's Premier League. And so you're playing a fast physical contact game, and then you're playing a non-contact, reasonably fast game, and then you've got...
And probably crossing over into the ball game as well, the roller skates.
Roller hockey, So
like
it's...
the summer, oof.
Yeah. So, I mean, things last night, I mean, actually, we've got a little treat coming up shortly, because we're going to have an extra special guest on the phone. She couldn't make it, so she's coming on the phone. That's Shannon Holt will be with us shortly on the phone to discuss the women's game last night. But I'll just reflect on some of our junior fixtures over the weekend. And mixed fortunes. Our under-11s put on a spirited display, but I mean, Billingham under 11s. I mean, they're so well drilled, well established, good skaters.
Yeah, just get experience against them, can't you? That's all you can do, and that counts as well in the end.
The game officially finished at 8-0, but it wasn't actually that far. Too many goals after 8 were actually scored. So, but both teams played well, played hard, went out, and just kept the intensity going for the entire match, and nobody gave up. And I was really pleased to see. Really,
it's the enjoyment of it, isn't it, for the people that age? I know winning's not everything, as you say, but enjoyment's a lot of it at that age.
Yeah.
Whoever said it's not about winning but taking a part was a loser. So you do get into these competitions to win. You might have the idea that you haven't got a chance, but deep inside you want to win anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, you want to believe you can, at least believe you can win.
Exactly, that's it.
And as we said a number of us said the other week, particularly after the game between the YKK Widnes Wild and Blackburn Hawks D1 in the Midland Cup, although it was a defeat for the Wild,
it's like a win.
You came out feeling like that. You'd watched a really good game of hockey.
It was a good game of hockey.
You'd enjoyed it,
and that's the most exciting one, except for the playoffs.
And the recent games, even last week against Deeside, you'd watched a good game of hockey. Yeah. We were disappointed last week because we would have preferred the win, but although people left it more disappointed from that one, from the Wild's perspective, you could still go and say, no one gave up. Everyone gave their all.
Yeah.
And you had a feeling that you could still win.
Yeah. I think for the fans, I've been to see games where it's all been one-sided. Against Widnes Wild, it's all one-sided for Widnes Wild. And, okay, it's nice to see the Wild win 13-0, 20-0, whatever. But I don't think you get your value for money until it's a bit of a close game.
Yeah.
And it's that adrenaline rushing through your veins, isn't it? You might be 4-3 down and 10 minutes to go and you just sneak a lead and then somebody sneaks the equaliser and then you sneak the win and that's it. And that's the £8 worth.
Yeah.
It's worth a lot more in fact. I think. Don't put your prices up, but yeah, it's the best £8 you can spend to come watch ice hockey, a good close game like that.
Well, you hit the nail on the head with putting that in terms of the Blackburn game, because it was literally in the final minute of the game they equalised. It was a case of
pull a goalie and bang.
Oh, you felt the rug's been pulled out from you. Unfortunately, overtime didn't go our way, but you knew you'd had. The noise was brilliant. The atmosphere was phenomenal.
Both sets of fans were brilliant.
I mean, I will put a shout out actually to Blackburn Hawks D2, because we've watched them playing over the last couple of years. We haven't yet seen them at Widnes,
not yet,
and we know the results haven't been going very well for them. But I don't have any doubt that they do give their all every game, every week,
course.
And we believe it'll come.
Yeah. See, the reason that they give their all in is to try and get into the Blackburn 1 team.
Yeah.
So they're on show.
I mean, well, be it Blackburn 1, be it anywhere else.
Yeah.
But as the phrase goes, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. Well, Abby Coleshaw, he's gone up from Blackburn 2 to Bradford.
Yeah.
Top of the league, aren't he?
Probably. We'll have a look a little later on. But the other one, the big shout out was to our under-15s on Saturday over in Solihull. 9-14, a win for the under-15s. A big win at that. So
that must have been exciting as well. Lots of goals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should do that with football these days. Get rid of the offside rule and have a lot more goals.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. It's fun to watch a big game like that. It's no fun for a videographer when you've got to do a highlight reel with that many goals in it.
Right, do you know one?
I've filmed games like that.
Yeah.
And it is nice when you get the finished result of this highlight reel. That's basically the whole game. I mean, everyone gets value for money seeing all these goals, but your poor mouse gets worn out.
You must get a bit bored when you got face off goal, face off goal, face off goal, face off goal, face off goal.
Well, we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes.
No time for any fights, is there?
All in context. All in good context.
Yes.
Always kept in context. So, anyway, we'll have a little break for a song.
Hope it's a good one.
Bit of Metallica? Enter Sandman?
Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, well.
Jill Gillingham. You can dedicate this to Jill Gillingham. She likes a bit of Metallica.
There you go, Jill. Enter Sandman, Metallica. Joining us on the phone, we have Shannon Holt. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, you okay, Colin?
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Sorry you couldn't quite make it into the studio, but we will sort it out next time.
Hello, Shannon.
Definitely hello, you all right?
Yeah. What's your surname? Ho, Holt.
Hey.
I won't even start on my Christmas jokes. I've already been banned
No,
from selling
I've
them.
heard them.
Yeah, they're not healthy. Anyway.
Anyway, I'm going to have Christmas dinner, a Brexit one, because there's going to be no Brussels.
Oh.
Hockey.
We'll talk on about last night. Last night, women's hockey, in fact. And our very own YKK Widnes Wild Women were taking on Solway Sharks. And a bit of a swing-on-mitter game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an interesting game. The girls played really well. They fought really hard for the win. I thought the first and second period were really good, but then the third, they just brought it out of the hat completely.
Yeah.
They played so well together, but not only just together, they played like to their individual strengths as well, which I really think made it. And they've definitely gotten the win.
Yeah, I mean, the first period, they were chasing the game for the first period. They were 2-1 down. Second period was level with 2 goals apiece. But then the opening of that third period, bang, goal, bang, goal. It's like, hang on a minute, we've barely got back to the face-off. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nice seeing Lean back on the score sheet as well after a little break.
2 goals and the 2 assists.
Yeah, definitely, and she really brought it. First game back for her, and credit to her. She did really well. I thought she had an amazing game.
I mean, you do a lot of. You're involved with the club and you train and work with them, so you can see how everything's coming together this year and their preparations for being within the women's Division 1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the girls again, not just at training, but definitely at off ice as well. The girls are working really hard. We're all, working together as a team, but, again, working on individual things, what we all, think that we could improve on. And especially with the coaches this year, I think we've got a cracking coaching system, especially with, Phil Pearson and Danny Fay and Mike Parkin, all 3 working together is really making us, a really strong team. And, probably I'm quite biased, but probably ones to watch for.
I mean, in terms of the position in the league, the Wild Women, at the moment, they're only 4th in the league, but they've only played 3 games.
Yeah.
So, 4 points, level with Sheffield Shadows, but they've played 6 games. And then Solway 5 games and 8 points. So, I mean, the girls have just beaten the second team in the table who would have gone top last night had they got the win.
Yeah.
And that must be a massive, massive boost for everybody to know that they're competing with the top teams.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, group chats, all erupt and, all things like that. But all the girls are made up and really ecstatic, and I'm so happy for them all. They really do deserve it. And I can't wait to see what they bring in the new year as well.
Shannon, do you think they raised the game for that game, or are they actually, getting better and better every week?
Do you know what? I think we are getting better and better every week. Mm-hmm. I think we are, like I said, working on those weaknesses, that we do have, or things that we need to improve on. Mm-hmm. Week on week, we are getting stronger, and it is something that we're looking to, move forward with, and especially taking things into games, especially working on, like positioning, and definitely looking at where we can, be in certain situations and things like that. So no, we're definitely moving forward as a team together. Good,
yeah. I know you see it more than I do, and it's not as easy as for me to spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to hear that. Good, and should get a few more fans coming down for what's that with a couple of wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's only £1 to get in. It's good quality hockey, and it's really nice. It's lovely for us girls as well to see everybody wanting to come along and see us on the bench and supporting us.
Yeah, it's important. It makes a massive difference having the atmosphere, people's actually cheering, and as we've said over the past couple of years, the support for the Wild Women has been fantastic, and at times the whole match night has really befuddled and flummoxed the opposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have said you've actually got fans.
Yeah. The highlights from the game will be out, all being well, not long after I get home tonight, so that you can watch the goals and the replays back, and there's a lot of goals.
There is a few.
And there were some very pretty goals as well last night.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was only a couple of seconds in between 2 of the goals.
Yeah.
Last night it was really, really high-paced, really definitely a good one to keep up with.
And to me, the first period, the girls did seem a little slow out the blocks. Solway didn't have bus legs, but maybe in the third period, their shorter bench sort of started coming into play. But the depth in the squad really came in because you got some different people scoring. You got Emma Martin. You had, Lean was back after her break. You also had, where are we? Katie Fairclough.
Josie Moran.
Getting on the board. Well, actually, there's a mistake on the online game sheet. It's not Josie, it's actually Sav. It's our Sav getting a couple in, and Emma. So the two usual suspects were there. But then you got people like Kat Garner, Kat Bowen Fell, and Daisy getting on the assists as well. So, sort of bringing it across the lines. But everybody was chipping in last night.
Yeah, it was a really good game, especially to watch as well. I mean, credit to Solway, they really give the girls a good run in. Like you say, especially in the first period, the girls really pushing at them and really giving them a good play. But for what the game was, I think it was really equal on both sides. We were just really fortunate in the third period.
Solway have got some very, very good players on there. Michelle Croucher and Kimberly Brennigan, apologies, Kimberly, if I've pronounced your name incorrectly, but those two in particular really stood out. Maureen Muir as well on the score sheet. But they had some really good quality players, as well as bringing on new players, and a similar thing with the Wild Women, where a lot of the players are now, some are still sort of first season, some are now in their second season of league hockey. But you can see them improving.
And the goals are spread about as well, aren't they? They're not, right across the board, the goals and the assists. So that's looking good for their developments as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like you were saying, we've got some girls in the first season, we've got some girls in the second season. The girls who are in the second season, it shows how much they have grown and developed in that first season, and how much they've learned. And as well, especially for the people in the first season, looking at from the first game to this game, you can definitely see how much we've upped as a team.
You can see improvements in skating, in stick handling, puck handling. There's certain things that still need to be worked on, but the more you play, the better you get.
Definitely.
So, I know with your personal commitments, you are involved in the team. In terms of actually being out there on the ice, being part of the team as such, but not actually getting out there to play games, how do you think it would feel if you actually were out there for your very first game?
I think it'd be amazing. Hopefully, I can't say too much, but hopefully very soon I'll be on the ice. But I think being out there, especially the people that are there for the first season this time, I think it's a massive achievement, and especially to look at like Emma Martin. She's with us for her first season this year, and she got her first goal last night. So especially with that, even things like that just really build confidence.
Yeah,
and when you're on the ice with the girls, it's not all just about you. It's all about the team win as well. So that it's really nice. That it's quite a give and take situation with all the girls.
From where I was filming last night, there were a few sort of numbers, because of course I'm trying to learn all the numbers, but there's no names on the back of the shirts this year because we're all in our nice new YKK livery. And so I'm seeing numbers, and I'm able to put numbers to names on the game sheet now, and a few of them that really did stick out are having a good game as well, with the likes of Sarah Aspinall, Emma Martin did, Vicky Venables, Katie Adshed. And I'm not just picking out a few. There are a couple of that really did have moments in the games where they just had a little bit of an extra standout moment as I was watching them. And,
definitely.
As well as great seeing Daisy back as part of the squad after she rejoined a few weeks ago, but everybody across the whole bench put in a good shift. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. As well, another one to name drop, Laura Marcroft. She had some cracking play last night.
Yes, she did.
To break out, proper good shots on goal. She's definitely worth mentioning for last night because she had an absolute belting game.
She did, actually, yes. Now you mention Laura, yeah. But, you know the girls as their numbers as well, and I'm still relearning the squad. So, yeah, 93 was a number that did also stick out to me. And again, there was other players on Solway's sheet that stuck out: Naomi Fisher and Karen Craig, a very standout, and Kate Russell. Katie Russell's standout player, and it is good to also see the fact that they've got both teams had a balance of experience and new players wanting to play hockey.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you say to anybody who's thinking of taking up the women's game?
I mean, definitely go and give it a shot. Give it all the best that you can, even if you. In regards to learning, even if you can't skate, go and do it. It's took me nearly 2 years, so it's not like it's something which is going to happen overnight. It is something that you've got to work at, but the rewards I get from it are better than the money I paid out. No, it's a quality sport, and anybody that wants to go and do it, or even thinks that, I'd just like to give it a go and have one session, go and try it. It's something different.
When are you going to get your first start?
When am I going to get my first what? Sorry?
Start. First face-off.
Oh, hopefully soon. Like I said, I can't say too much, but hopefully soon.
Oh, good. Well, I'll have to get down and watch you for that.
Definitely.
We had an extra little bit of fun during warm-up, I think, and we had Santa Steph, didn't we?
We did. We had Santa Steph. She was loving it out there.
Yeah, if you have a look on some of our social media pages, you'll see photographs of our very own Steph Drinkwater with a Santa hat on during warm-up in goal. I thought, I wonder if she'd be allowed to keep that on during the game, but no, she had to take it off. But, both goaltenders had some really good saves on the night, and there was a couple of absolute crucial saves from Steph at times.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it must be very hard with the pace of the game sometimes for goaltending. With you being out there on the ice and watching as well, you can see what they're like during the actual training sessions and how different, as a player, a goaltender reacts during training. Do you see any particular changes in the way in which things happen?
I think it's really hard going on a goaltender. It's more difficult than it looks, just dropping to the floor and catching a puck. It's harder than you think. Steph does an amazing job. Again, similarly, Charlotte Jackson, she does a cracking job. But I think you look at it in training and you go, you did a great job, Steph, and you did a great job, Charlotte. But it's only when you get them into the game you really do see how hard they do work and really do push themselves in the training so that they can do the best for the team as well as themselves.
As we say, there's basically, in general, there are, depending upon the number of officials, there's basically your two goaltenders and your officials that skate the whole game, although the goaltenders don't actually skate, but they're on for the entire game generally, and your two or three or four officials, they have to just keep going, and it's not easy. No, definitely not.
I see Steph and I always think, oh, bless you, she does a fantastic job out there. And obviously without her and Charlotte between them, we couldn't be the best team that we could be. Just absolute credit to them.
Yeah. I always find out about goaltenders that they go out there, they perform excellently, and they're just doing a job. Yet you have the forwards who can't score goals or aren't scoring goals, and it's hard luck. The goaltenders do the job, but the forwards aren't, sort of thing. I don't mean in hockey. I mean that in lots of other football as well. For one, the goalie just does his job, but if he makes a mistake, it's a right hash of it. If anybody else makes a mistake on the pitch, it's not so bad. You get a yellow card or the ball runs into touch, whatever.
Yeah, goaltenders are more often the villain and very rarely the hero.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get MVP, but.
There's moments. Both. It's great seeing Charlotte now as a part of the team. It can take pressure off Steph as well for when there's fixtures going on, and it gives her a great experience. She's a great prospect for the future as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's only going to get better for the team. And, you know, I know she's not exactly a local lass, but she's been there from sort of like nearly day one, hasn't she? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's in terms of the whole game, I think, seeing players like Charlotte joining squads, wanting to play, and she's come from, roller or ball hockey, and transferring those skills, and a couple of the other Wild players have done that as well over the years, and I think it's fantastic how well they transition. I mean, have you ever considered having a go, Shannon, at sort of roller or ball hockey?
Oh, no, not roller. I brought my arm rollerblading. Not my sort of thing. Ball hockey's fun. Ball hockey's good. I've given that a go. Again, with some of the girls off the squad. That's a pretty fun sport. It's again harder than it looks. It's constant running. It's getting that. It's getting not puck control, but ball control.
Yeah.
Again, harder than it looks, but it's good fun. Really is good fun, and it's really good, fitness-wise as well.
Oh, I can bet it is. I mean, and you're using different muscles for ball as you are for skating.
And you can only use it one side of the stick and all, can't you?
Oh yeah.
A lot of wrist action there for that.
But I mean, last night definitely gave everybody a good, exciting game. The tension, particularly going into that third period, being a goal down, and those two quick goals can really be the driver that pushes a team forward in that third period, and you could really see everybody lift.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's not just about the girls. It's how the girls perform as a team, and I think we definitely brought it in the third last night.
Well, we shall let you get off and enjoy the rest of your evening and bring things to a close there, because we're getting short on time.
Yeah, thanks, Shannon.
So thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Love you to bits.
And,
all right, see you soon.
We shall catch you again very soon.
Definitely.
After a minor stall, it's time for our usual little delve into the what's on and information bits of the show. So, of course, your YKK Widnes World are online at widnesworld.co.uk for the main website. If you want the Facebook and Twitter feeds, it's facebook or twitter.com/WidnesWild for the club, or TTGW Radio for the radio show. If you want to email the radio show during the week, it's radio@widneswild.co.uk. And if you want to check out our Instagram page, it's instagram.com/WidnesWildOfficial. We have our YouTube page, youtube.com/WidnesWild Ice Hockey Club. And the show is also now being podcast via Podbean at ttgwradio.podbean.com. So you can actually download the show there and listen to it at your leisure. The shows will only be there for so many weeks, just due to a bit of a space thing, but... So yes, the podcasts of the show on ttgwradio.podbean.com, as well as youtube.com/WidnesWild Ice Hockey Club. Don't forget also, if you want to check out anything else to do with the club, check out the website, which also has all of your own and loan shirt details. If you still want to get an own and loan shirt reserved as sort of a little Christmas present for somebody, check out the fan zone page. The list of players is there, and just send your inquiries through to the club through the contact page that's there. The home and away shirts are £80 each, and the warm-up shirts are £60. And of course, where would we be without our support base? We always thank every week for turning up, and of course our sponsors. YKK, our headline sponsor, the Sepsis Trust, our penalty box sponsor, and our other sponsors of Sprakes and Son of Widnes, DMH Tyres, CL Woodworking, Blast and Paint Stripping, Bespoke Conversions of Widnes, and of course our charity, Stick and Step. Lots come up in the fixtures between now and the end of the year, aren't there, Andy?
Yeah, there's quite a few interesting ones coming up, yes, and a big announcement as well, which could affect a lot of people. So we'll start off with Saturday, 21st of December, Widnes under-13s versus Manchester under-13s. That face-off is at 18:15. I was in bed at that time of the night at that age. Saturday, the 21st of December also, Widnes under-15s versus Blackburn under-15s. That's at 19:45. Saturday, 21st December again, Sutton under-18s versus Widnes under-18s. That's at Sutton, obviously, and the face-off for that is 17:50. Sheffield Shadows, again on the 21st, versus Widnes Wild Women. We've just heard that. And that face-off is at 14:35, so an early afternoon one there. Should get back and maybe get some Christmas shopping in at the Meadow Hall. Also on the Saturday 21st, Sutton Sting, the Cup game against Widnes Wild. Face-off at 19:30 for that one. Now, coming on to Sunday the 22nd of December, Widnes Under-9s are in the cross ice at Bradford, and the face-off for that, for the whole sort of series, is 1700 hours, which is 5 o'clock in old money. Now this is the big decision. Sunday 22nd of December, Widnes Wild at home to Hull Jets. It's not. It's been postponed. So keep an eye out on social media and other places, but at the moment that's off. So go on to Saturday 28th of December, so happy Christmas everybody. Blackburn Hawks Division 2 versus Widnes Wild. Obviously that's at Blackburn. Face-off is at 17:45. And then the return match is on the following day, Sunday the 29th of December. Widnes are at home to Blackburn Hawks. Again, 17:30 as always. So that's it. That's for the playoffs at the moment.
Yeah, so don't forget this. Keep an eye out on all the social media outlets for this weekend, because the game against Hull Jets at the moment has been postponed. The details are yet to be fully released, but news got passed through to me earlier this afternoon. So, yeah, Widnes Wild against Hull Jets, Sunday the 22nd of December. Match has been postponed. A date will be released as soon as possible. We can only apologise for any inconvenience this has created. We're sorry about this, but unfortunately things happen from time to time.
Breaking news, as you say.
It is very much
the BBC now.
Very much breaking news. And if I can get this to play, a couple of quick news items to throw in for the last few minutes. The first one, of course, those of you keep an eye on Leeds Chiefs. They've had a couple of big wins at the weekend, and they've been playing a lot of, unfortunately, due to logistical issues, they're playing a lot of their their home games on the road. But they've had some unfortunate departures and a new person. So they've lost. Hopefully, I'll pronounce his name right. Radek Meidel. Brody Jensen. Brody's apparently taking a break from the sport. There's no news about what's happening with Radek. And then, of course, James Archer has also departed the Leeds Chiefs, but he's gone back to the Hull Pirates and rejoined them. But in the meantime, the Leeds Chiefs have signed Lewis Houston. He's from Dumfries in Scotland, from the Solway Sharks junior system. So best of luck to him. And apparently he had two really good games at the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some fabulous news in a plus way there for Leeds Chiefs after losing 3 players. And a final little bit of news. This is the last Time to Go Wild radio show of 2019.
Oh!
Yes, we're having an extended Christmas break. We will be back on Monday the 13th of January. So yes, having an extra couple of weeks break, just on account of a few things over the Christmas period. So this is the last Time to Go Wild radio show of 2019. We are aiming to be back on the air live with you, my dear listener, all nicely refreshed and recharged and detoxed, Monday the 13th of January 2020.
Oh, that is a big break.
Sometimes you have to.
Yes, quite all right.
So, last couple of minutes. Time has flown by yet again. Interesting couple of games to come up. I think if people are at a bit of a loose end after their Christmas shopping at the weekend, they've got 2 choices. If they're still in the Widnes area, come down and watch the 13s and the 15s. Or if you're going to go on a road trip to Sheffield, you've got the Sheffield Shadows hosting Widnes Wild Women, and then you've got Sutton Sting hosting the Widnes Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not mistaken, both of those games will be at Ice Sheffield. So if you get yourselves down there, get down for an early start.
Got a puck stop as well. I don't know.
Get yourselves down. Maybe try and get an early start at Meadow Hall. Then get yourselves down there. Then go and get something to eat, and then go back for the Wild game. You've got a double whammy there. So support the women and support the Wild at the same time, same place, so to speak. I think that would be a
good idea.
Unfortunately, I can't make it because I'll be keeping an eye on proceedings for the under-13s and the under-15s, and that will be manic. Crazy.
Yeah, well, I've only done my shopping, I think, for Christmas.
I haven't done any.
Neither have I.
Guilty as charged, Your Honour.
Yeah.
So, it's been an interesting first part of the year, hasn't it?
Yes. I can't wait, really, to get back to playing these league games. To make it realistic where we are in the league. I keep looking at it and think, we could be second. And you're thinking, well, but we get beat by D-side. And
this is the weirdest thing at the moment. We're currently 7th. Going into Christmas, we're 7th in the league on 11 points, 1 point behind Telford, but they've played 15 games and Wild have played 9.
Yeah. And, the game against Sutton on a Saturday and then playing Hull Jets, we know Hull are a good team and they will take it out of us. So that's a bit of relief, actually, because that would have been a hard one.
So, yes, it's maybe it's a little Christmas present. Could be a Christmas present for both teams having that game postponed.
Well, we've got that many games. I think it comes into the new year and we're only sort of like 3 games behind them instead of like 6 at the moment.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of teams only playing 3 over the Christmas period and the early new year, and we're playing about 6, I think, last time I looked this afternoon.
Something like that, yeah. So, anyway, as far as things go, we're about at the end. So, Andy, thank you once again for dragging yourself here.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you to all listeners. Have a lovely Christmas.
You've not been 100%.
Take care, all of you, please, won't you? Yeah.
I'd like to wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Have a great festive time. Be safe. Be good. Look after yourselves. And all being well, if we're spared, I will catch you all again, I shall say. Catch you all again via your Luggles on the radio. I will be back here on HCR on Thursday with Bodmas, the Box of Delights Christmas special from 9 o'clock here on HCR Thursday night. But from Time to Go Wild Radio for 2019, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bye!
And we shall sign out with a little bit of Aerosmith, Dude Looks Like a Lady, bit of a party song. For 2019, good night, ta-ra.